Something has occurred in the housing market that hasn't happened in 2 years. The housing supply has gone up, but a realtor based in Brooklyn Park says we still have a long ways to go before we see the real estate market return to the buyer's favor.
If you see something, it comes on the market, you look at it right away and you like it, don't waste time. That part hasn't changed.
New data show that the supply went up 5% in May compared to the previous year, putting the Twin Cities Metro at just over a 1-month supply of homes. A balanced market has 4 to 6 months of supply, which means there's still a long ways to go before prices calm down.
And for anyone that's maybe looking and saying, well, do we think that they're going to go down? Here's my thing on that. Never have we had less than 6 months supply of homes and had house prices go down. And again, we're at 1.3 months supply.
In Brooklyn Park, the median sales price went up nearly 9% over the last year to $354,000. In Maple Grove, it went up nearly 10% to $410,000. Brooklyn Center, though, saw the biggest increase, up nearly 17% to $300,000. The Twin Cities median sales price continues to break records, now at $375,000. Construction is underway on Maple Grove's Main Street. We told you about the Main Street project between Elm Creek Boulevard and Arbor Lakes Parkway back in January. And as Sarah Tamer reports, nearby businesses are already feeling the impact.
It is said there are 2 seasons in Minnesota: winter and construction. Just as Maple Grove's Main Street starts to get busier, so does the work around it.
Main Street is still relatively busy, but I think a lot of people going to or coming from work, kind of just avoid it altogether now.
Nick Meyer's family owns the Great Greek. Construction hasn't officially begun outside their restaurant, but will in July. He says, though not drastically, they're already feeling the impact of Main Street's closures.
We do get a lot of calls about people that don't know about the construction. They call and ask, how do I get there? That was kind of a large part of our dinner rush, was people just picking up on their way home. So since they kind of avoid it, we're not really on their radars as much.
Just down the street at the brand new Kingdom Coffee, owner Isabel Lenari anticipates decreased foot traffic until construction is complete.
It's like, okay, how is that going to impact us, especially starting out? Are we going to let customers know, okay, where there's going to be construction, but we're still open? Hopefully it doesn't disrupt customers too much, because a lot of people love sitting out on the patio. That's a huge thing on the weekends.
The city's goal is to improve the streetscape and pave sidewalks in front of stores, replacing the corridor with more durable, decorative concrete. Pedestrian crossings will also get a new look, along with light fixtures and new tree plantings.
I hope that Main Street is kind of more of a place where people just come to hang out, not just grab a bite and move on kind of a thing.
The project is estimated to cost around $2.8 million. In Maple Grove, Sarah Tamer, CCX News.
The Animal Humane Society in Golden Valley is playing a vital role in helping dozens of cats found in someone's car. This week, the Animal Humane Society rescued 47 cats from a car that someone was living in at a rest stop off of I-35 in Chisago County. Investigators say before that rescue, the owner surrendered an additional 15 cats. The cats only have minor health issues, and investigators say this is an example of the complex nature of animal hoarding.
Nobody wakes up and says, I'm going to have 47 cats today in my car. Nobody goes out and gets this amount of animals. It's something that's progressive and it happens over time. And it typically stems from some sort of traumatic event that happened within their life. And it just kind of continually progresses.
Pudas says the cats will be evaluated and treated before they can go up for adoption. If you are planning to travel this summer, you are not alone. Experts say we're close to pre-pandemic travel. But as Delane Cleveland reports, travelers could expect to see some sticker shock due to a variety of factors.
For the better part of the last 2 years, people held off on vacations to those faraway destinations. But if you talk to travel experts,
travel has really rebounded in the last several months.
They anticipate this summer to be the busiest travel season since the onset of the pandemic.
I would say we're probably back to 90-95% of where we were in 2019.
Ted Blank is a travel advisor from Travel Leaders in Maple Grove, and he says people are going, well, everywhere.
A lot of people are still catching up with family and friends who they maybe haven't seen in a couple years, and so pretty much travel everywhere has really come back.
However, the return of the travel industry comes with one big caveat. Prices are sky high.
Yeah, I would banish the word cheap and I would banish the word deal from your vocabulary for a while. We're not going to see that.
What he's seeing right now are premium prices for flights, hotels, and rental cars, all thanks to inflation and the ongoing labor shortage.
Hotels can't staff fully, and so capacity is constrained. Airlines can't hire enough pilots. They can't hire enough flight attendants. They can't hire enough cleaners. They can't hire enough people to work at the gates. And so all of that has reduced capacity pretty significantly across the board.
The best bet for anyone worried about cost is to start looking long term. Travel experts say that if you're thinking about going on a spring break trip next year, you need to start planning that now.
Those are the ones who are going to get the best prices and have the best selection. So if you wait until Labor Day, if you wait until Christmas, if you wait until February, the pickings are going to be pretty slim.
Consider it a word of warning. For now, though, people are tolerating the higher prices.
I think people have bucket lists, and imagine if you're in your 70s. Well, you lost 3 or 4 years of good travel time in there, and so people want to get those things checked off their bucket list before it's too late.
Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
It took a really long time for the Maple Grove baseball team to play its state tournament semifinal round game. Nearly 24 hours after play was suspended in the second inning because of rain and lightning, the Crimson were back on the diamond Thursday afternoon.
Maple Grove and Farmington under the sun as they resumed their game with no score in the top of the second inning. And the Crimson at the plate with a big top of the second. Jacob Kilzer singles to center field. Zane Vitan scores, and it's 1-0 Maple Grove. Later in the inning, bases loaded with 2 outs. Hunter Gerber singles to right field. Brian O'Dwyer and Kilzer score, and when the ball gets past the right fielder, Devin Hornbacher races in to score 2. And Maple Grove leads 4-0 after an inning and a half. Mason South has had a big postseason for Maple Grove. He leads off the third inning with a double to left center, one of 2 hits in the game for the senior DH. A couple of batters later, O'Dwyer with a great bunt on a squeeze play. South scores, and Maple Grove is up 5-0. But despite getting runners on in every inning, the Crimson don't score again. And Farmington chips away. Gabe Bombardier crushes a ball to deep left field and out for his team-high 5th home run of the season, and it's 5-1. And that gets the Tigers going. Later in the Farmington 4th, Luke Walton hits a ball to deep center field. Kilzer makes the catch, but Carson Spellman tags up and scores on the play, and it's 5-3 after 4. Same score in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded for Farmington when Walton gets a hold of a pitch and sends it over the wall and onto the walkway out in right field. It's a grand slam for the Tigers' second baseman to make it 7-5. Tyler Borlek pitches 4 2/3 innings of scoreless relief for Farmington, getting the fly ball out here to end the game. The Tigers are headed back to the state Class 4A championship game with a 7-5 win over Maple Grove.
It was a 7-inning battle in the state baseball Class 3A semifinal between Benilde-St. Margaret's and Grand Rapids. Here's Jason Melillo with the highlights.
State baseball tournament, it's Benilde-St. Margaret's and Grand Rapids. Next stop for the winner is Target Field in the Class 3A title game. Bottom 1, 2-out hit by Benilde's Thomas Lee scores Ben James and Brady Yakish. 2 Rip Red Knights on the double by Lee. Bottom 2, 2 outs, 2 on. Easton Brayfogle drives a fly ball to the gap, bringing around Dan Porish and Caleb Koski. BSM up 4-0. Top third, a huge rally by the Thunderhawks as they played 6, capped by Klaus Jones's 2-out bases loaded hit that scores Kyle Henke, Andrew Linder, and Miles Gunderson. GR goes up 6-4. Bottom 5, Lee bloops a hit into shallow left field, bringing home Brayfogle and James. It's 6-all, 4 RBIs in the game for Lee. Then Porish pings a base hit the other way. Lee hustles home and slides in safe. He's fired up. It's 7-6 Knights. Grand Rapids comes right back. Top 6, Henke golfs a deep fly ball, and it's down, scoring Benjamin Keski and Ren Mork. Hawks up 8-7 on the double by Henke. Benilde rallies again in the bottom of the 6th. James base hit through the hole, scores Ben Thompson, and it's 8-all. Then Yakish pulls a hit down the line to plate Koski, and the Red Knights are on top 9-8. Top 7, BSM twists a smooth double play to end the game. Red Knights go to the 3A state final with a 10-8 victory. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
The Red Knights are now 23-3 on the season and face Mankato West for the Class 3A championship Friday at 4 p.m. at Target Field. And watch for highlights from the state lacrosse tournament Friday on ccxmedia.org. That's all for sports. More news after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.